What's up, good people? It's your boy Zay, and I'm back with another video. Now today, before I jump into the video, I gotta give a quick shout out to my homegirl, Vess. She hit me up and was like, Zay, I'm gonna need you to fix your collar in the next video. So I went back and looked at the last two videos, and I'm like, what you talking about? And I noticed that my collar was all jacked up. So today, I got it nice and crisp, button to the top. Yes, that's how some of us noobs do it. So shout out to the noobs. But enough of the rambling, y'all. Y'all came here for the gems, and I got one special. So video before last, I did a video showing you guys how to use the E-Trade option strategy optimizer, right? And I got a couple of questions and it was like, yo, Zay, well, if I use this, how do I know when to get out? How do I know when to exit the trade? And so today, I'm gonna actually do a video on how to use the E-Trade option strategy analyzer. So the analyzer actually helps you find your exit point or your entry point, I believe, but we'll go through it. So you're gonna wanna make sure you stick around for this entire video, because when you guys see the power of this options analyzer combined with the strategy optimizer, it puts you in a win-win situation. I mean, it validates what your research tells you, and it just gives you that confirmation that you need. So sorry for the long intro. Before we get into the video, I need you to like, share, subscribe, get this out to all the other first generational wealth builders, get this out to all the cousins, get this out to everybody. I mean, just everybody that's building generational wealth. We need to get this info out. So without further ado, guys, we're gonna get right into the E-Trade option strategy analyzer. All right, family, so we are now in E-Trade, right? So when you get into E-Trade, what you want to do is go to markets and ideas. You'll click on this button at the top. It'll bring you to this page, and you'll have all these options that you have available. Now, we kind of walked through this before, so I'm gonna move a little bit quicker. So in order for us to use the options analyzer, that's what we're talking about today, we need to find a trade for us to analyze, right? So let's go to our strategy optimizer to find a trade to analyze. Now, I know that McDonald's has earnings this week. So let's use McDonald's as our example. So when I look at McDonald's and we're looking at our strategy optimizer, and if you don't know how to use this, I do have a video. I'll link it in this video so you can go back and watch that one. But let's say we want to analyze McDonald's, right? So based on the current economic conditions, let's go look at the charts, right? So we just had our presidential election. So right now things are kind of like, I would say neutral, maybe even a little volatile, right? So we just need to keep note of that. But when we come to the chart, we can see where McDonald's is. It's slightly under the 50-day, and it's relatively to the lower end of the Bollinger Band. So that gives us some info right there, as well as it's pretty low on RSI. So based on that, we can say comfortably, I mean, if we look just before October 23rd, McDonald's was trading at, what's that, roughly 230 down to 228, so within that range. So let's just say, for example purposes, we feel that McDonald's will have pretty solid earnings. We're kind of bullish on them. And we think that at minimum, it can get up to, say, 225, right? Or 224. We'll say 224, somewhere in that range. 224, 225 is what we think we can see, right? So we have that information. Now let's go back and put that into our strategy optimizer, right? So for me, I'm going to click on neutral because I don't know, there's a lot of unknown factors or uncertainty, so it could prove to be a little bit volatile, right? We said the target price was going to be about 224, so we'll go 224.28. Hopefully this comes up, so didn't mean to go all the way to 222. And we're going to go to November 20th. I like to give myself a little bit more time. If you're going to do an earnings play, don't do it all in just a week. And so we want to give ourselves some time. So we're going to click find strategies, and we give this a second. It's going to give us some strategies. Perfect. So this is some strategies that they came up with. Now, they basically have said, okay, we can do a long butterfly, a short arm butterfly, or a long condor.
The requirements for these trades, right? This trade will cost me $100. This trade will cost me $126. This trade will cost me $162. However, look at my estimated profit loss percentages. So on this trade, I can make approximately 312%, 240%, 209%. So all of that means is I put up 104, I can get a max gain of 396. I put up 126, I can get a gain of 374. Same thing, if I put up 162, I can get a gain of 338, right? Now, most of y'all are like, okay, I see this complicated trade, but how do I execute it, right? Like, how do I get out? So this is where the options analyzer comes into play. So what I want you to do, once you figure out your trade and your strategy, you need to remember this trade here, right? So we're going to use this trade as an example. So we would need to buy a November 20th 220 call, sell two November 22 225 calls, and then we're going to buy one November 20th 230 call, right? So just remember that, and then you can even write it down, right? So what I'm going to do then is I want to go to options. We're going to go to options analyzer. So this is the tab or tool you'll be looking to utilize, right? So now that we are in it, you can see, you can use this tool to graph your option positions, strategies, and analyze your outcomes, right? So we have McDonald's here. I want to add, so you'll click add for McDonald's. And once you hit add, what you'll do is you'll select strategy, right? Now, once you get here, what you need to do is just add those positions that we just talked about. So I'm going to hit add an option leg. So I'm going to buy a call that was November 20th. It was at 220. All right. Then what we're going to do is add option leg again. And then this one was 2. So we need to do 2. And that was at 225. If I can find it. Did I go past 225? There we go. All right, 225. Sorry about that. And the last one was a 1, and that was 230. All right. So yeah, net $1. So remember, the trade cost us about $100. So then we're going to hit analyze. Now, when you hit analyze, what it does is it's going to take this information and it's going to plot your trade. So this strategy has a 22% chance of making money on November 20th if all options are held on to expiration, right? Now, here's what I really want to show you guys is this right here. This graph basically tells you when you can hit max profit. So max profit would be around your around 225. So if I drag this here, you can see. All right, so underlying price would be 225.04. My profit on November 20th would be 392, and profit loss on November 9th would be negative $12. So you'd be down $12. So if by November 20th, the price of McDonald's is around 225, you would make about $392. And so this is like this, these green things you can pull to see, okay, if the price gets here, what is my profit loss look like based on the date and then based on expiration. So this is pretty cool. So like I can just keep doing like this and just moving these around. Oh, sorry about that. Right, so showing you, so if the price gets to, the online price is 222 and at expiration, which is November 20th, you make $100. So this is a pretty dope tool. Now here's right. So let's say earnings is, when did we say McDonald's earnings? I think it's this upcoming week. Let's just change this to the 13th. So here's another cool thing. I can change my profit loss by custom date. So if I want to get out by a certain date, I can change that as well. So let's go to the 13th, right? So if I go to the 13th and I slide this whatever you want to call this, you can see that if McDonald's price on the 13th is between 223 and 227, you know, then your profit isn't really but so much. You can see it's going to be the 278 and the 314. So in order to really profit from this trade, you really need the price of McDonald's to be between your 223 and your 227 on expiration. So I really want to stress on expiration. So by November 20th, McDonald's price needs to end in this zone for you to be profitable. And so really, guys, this is the options analyzer tool. Right here, you can also change your expected probability based, and that's just telling you to move those green sliders, which we were doing. And then it just gives you some additional information. But the biggest thing is that it just basically helps you visualize the day you need to get out and the price target. So if you ever are in a trade and you're wondering like, okay, when do I need to get out by and what price do I need? Literally, this options analyzer tool is amazing. It's simply amazing, guys. So the last thing before I close out the video is that when you have completed your strategy, what you simply can do is hit trade, and boom, it literally does your trade for you, market. And as you can see, it cost me $100 for this McDonald's trade with an expiration of November 20th. And I'm basically saying I needed to stay within a certain range. And that's how you use the options analyzer tool in conjunction with your options strategy optimizer. So as I said, guys, I hope this was helpful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and close this video out.
All right, family. So there you have it. Another gem, the E-Trade Options Strategy Analyzer. I hope you use this tool. I mean, as you can see, it is very effective. It gives you, you know, the potential target range you need to be looking at. And literally, you can play with it and input different strategies. So take that, do as you please, play around with it. For those who may not have E-Trade, definitely look to see if your platform has something like that. If they don't, go to E-Trade, shameless plug. But of course, guys, again, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. And y'all know, as usual, stay blessed. Peace out.